Good morning, students. Today we are going to the next topic of Module 6. It is Programmable Logic Devices. Now, what are programmable logic devices? Actually, they are general purpose chips which are used for implementing logic circuits. So basically, programmable logic devices contain a collection of gates which can be made in or customized in different ways to implement different functions. So there are many types of programmable logic devices. For example, your programmable read-only memory, programmable logic array, programmable array logic, and field programmable gate array. Now, first we look at what is programmable read-only memory. So I hope you know what is read-only memory or ROM. So it is a memory device which actually stores information permanently. It means that once it is stored, we can't change that information. So ROM was later on developed into different forms, and one extended version of ROM was actually programmable ROM. It means that the user has the flexibility to program the ROM electrically. So what is the structure of that PROM? That is being described here. So the structure of PROM is given by a block diagram in this way. So suppose we are giving an inputs to your PROM. First there will be a collection of AND gates and array, a collection of AND gates, and then the output of the AND gates will be given to a collection of OR gates, and it is from the OR gates you take the output. Now you please listen to these. Here it is called fixed AND array. Here it is called programmable OR array. What is the meaning of that? The meaning of this is that here you provide n inputs. Suppose that n is 2 input. You provide 2 input to all the AND gates here. Here there will be number of AND gates. You provide 2 inputs to all the AND gates here. And there is no choice. It is fixed in that way that all the inputs should be given to all the AND gates. That is fixed here. That is meant by fixed. And now, what is meant by programmable? The meaning of programmable is that the output from each of the AND gates will be given to each of the OR gates. Suppose that you have again 2 OR gates here, and the output of the first AND gate and second AND gate will be provided to the first OR gate. Similarly, output of the first AND gate and second AND gate will be provided to the second OR gate as well. But depending on what is your function, you can select or you can fuse the links. Like for example, your input variables are A and B. The first AND gate is producing A and B. The second, actually here A complement is available, B complement is available. Okay, variables in both in original form and its complemented form are available. So when A and B are available, for example, say the first AND gate is producing AB, the second AND gate is producing A complement B. So these AB and A complement B will be available to each of the OR gates. Now you need a function which makes AB. So you need to connect only the first AND gate to the OR gate. But the second one is also available. You don't need that. So you can fuse the link between that second AND gate and the first OR gate. That is meant by programmable. That is the connection between the AND OR. can be made intact or it can be blown away or fused if that output is not required. If a particular output from this AND is not required, you can fuse the link between that AND and OR. That is the meaning of this programmable. So I told you here there are n inputs, but each of the input can take original value and complemented value. So total how many combinations with n inputs are possible? You know that with 2 variables how many combinations are possible? 4, right? With 3 variables how many combinations are possible? 8. So you generally call that with n inputs 2 raised to n product terms can be formed. So 2 raised to n AND gates are required in the AND array to produce every combination. If n input variables are available, 2 raised to n combinations of inputs are possible. So in order to produce the 2 raised to n combination of product terms, you need 2 raised to n AND gates. So actually the circuit which takes n inputs and gives you 2 raised to n product terms is actually a decoder. You can go and check back the circuit of a decoder. Decoder is originally a circuit which takes n variables at the inputs and give you 2 raised to n product terms. It is having 2 raised to n AND gates. So instead of this AND array, it is good enough if you use a n to 2 raised to n decoder. Or you use 2 raised to n AND gates. It is same as using a decoder. Okay. Now let us see an example. I think seeing an example makes it more clear to you. For example, you need to implement 2 functions. X is equal to, it is in SOP form. X is equal to sigma m of 5, 6, 7. Y is equal to sigma m of 3, 5, 6, 7. You need to implement these 2 functions using PROM, programmable row. So what you do is, you use, look, what is the maximum number here? It is 7, right? So 7 is represented by 3 bits, 1, 1, 1, right? So it requires 3 variables. So that is confirmed. 3 input variables are required. You call it by the names ABC. So if 3 variables are required, which decoder needs to be used instead of AND array? So instead of your AND gates, you can use the decoder. Or you separately draw that many number of AND gates. So 3 to 8. 2 raised to 3 is 8. So 3 to 8 decoder is required. And what is the output of the decoder? It produces all the min terms. So what is M0? It is A complement, B complement, C complement. M1, A complement, B complement, C. M2, 2 is 0, 1, 0, right? So A complement, B, C complement. So all the combinations with A, B, C is produced here with the decoder. So inside this there is no fusible link. Like to the connection between A, B, C and your AND gates inside this, there is nothing that can be changed. It fixed. It definitely produces all these terms. But the output of these, that is the product terms, are taken out and connected to 2 OR gates here. These connections are fusible. That is, there is a connection between M0, that is A complement, B complement, C complement and this OR gate. Again, there is a connection here, there is a connection here. These all are connections between the product terms and the OR gate. All these, and here also to this OR gate. So these connections you can either keep it as such or you can blow it away. What is the meaning of blowing it away? Blowing it away means there will be no connection. Already it is all connected. If you don't want that product term, you can throw it away. So here you need only 5, 6, 7, right? So 5, 6, 7. That you remain it as such. That links are not thrown away. That is why it is marked by X, to show that there is connection. It is not blown away. But all the other terms are not required in your X, right? So what is actually X? M5 plus M6 plus M7. You need to produce that, right? So only these three are required. The other fuses or the other connections here, 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 all these will be blown away. That is, the wiring which was there will be melted or it will be fused away. Similarly, for this product term Y, you need 5, 6, 7 and 3. All the other will not be used. So for showing that there is connection, you are putting a cross mark. This is how you are implementing a function using PROM. Now, the next programmable device that you need to look at is programmable array logic, which you call PAL. Here you have n inputs, a programmable AND array and a fixed OR array. What is the meaning of this? I told you these inputs will be available both in complemented and uncomplemented form. So, AND array here is programmable and OR array is fixed. So you can't use a decoder here. I'll explain this with an example here. Just wait. Look here. We need to implement these two functions using PAL. So how many product terms are here? A, B, AC complement, AB complement and BC complement. 4 product terms are there and sum terms how many? This is one sum term, this is another sum term. You need 2 OR gates and 4 AND gates. Okay. Now how can you implement that? Look here. You need 3 variables, right? Because A, B and C are there. It should be available in its original form and in its complemented form. So you take A, not A complement, B, B complement, C, using a NOT gate, C complement. Now, connect to an AND gate. You need 4 product terms, so 4 AND gates. There's a connection between all these. And from the AND gates, actually, you have 2 OR gates. You need 2 sum terms, but only these 2 are connected and it is fixed. It means that only these 2 AND gates are connected to this OR gate. Similarly, only these 2 AND gates are connected to this OR gate. It is fixed. It is not programmable. It is not like all the outputs are available to this OR gate. You can choose which one you need to keep the fuse intact, which one to blow off. It's not like that. It is permanent wiring. From this AND gate and from this AND gate, it is permanently wired to X. That is why it is shown by a thick dot. Similarly, the output of this AND gate and the output of this AND gate is fixed to this OR gate. There's no choice. So, in order to produce a sum term, what you need to do is, here you have to make the necessary changes to produce that. For example, what is X? AB plus AC complement. So, you should produce the necessary terms here. Okay? This is fusible. There is a connection between A complement B, B complement C, C complement everything to this AND gate. Now it is your choice how to produce a product term. All these are fusible links. So here, which all you need to remain intact? The first term is AB. So this fuse from A to the AND gate should be fixed. And B to the AND gate should be fixed. You will get AB, right? Now, what is the second one? AC complement. A and C complement. So, to these 2 AND gates, you should give the terms in X. Only then you can produce X. Why? Because the output of these 2 only is connected to this OR. It means that you can't produce AB here and AC complement here because AC complement for this AND gate is connected to a different OR gate. It is permanently fixed. You can't change anything here. You can only make the necessary changes here. So putting a cross means that your fuse is fixed or there's no blowing off. The others, it is showing that it is blown off. So only A and B is not blown off. It is remaining intact to produce AB. Similarly, you can produce the others. So this is the difference between PROM and PAL. Here you are having a programmable AND array. That is, the inputs are available to AND gate, but you can choose which inputs to go to the AND gate. It is not that all the combinations are being produced. You can choose the number of AND gates. You can choose which all are the inputs coming to the AND gates and so on. But it is not the case of OR gates. OR gates are fixed. Previously, before the chip is manufactured itself, it is decided which AND gates should be connected to OR gate. So that's all about PAL. Now, what is programmable logic array? Here you are having a programmable AND array as well as a programmable OR array. That is, everything is programmable here. So it provides you more flexibility. Look here, you need to implement these two functions. What do you need to do? How many product terms you need? AB, AC complement, AB complement, BC. AC complement is already there in X. So you need again 4 product terms and 2 sum terms. So you can again choose 4 AND gates and 2 OR gates. So what is the difference here? Here the connection from AND gate. This part is same as PAL. But this part again changes. Why? Because in the previous case, the first 2 AND gates was permanently connected to one OR gate, and the second, third and fourth was connected to another OR gate fixed. Here, all the output of the AND gates are available to this OR, and all the AND gates output are available to this OR also. You can choose which one to keep and which one to blow off. So for example, you need to produce here AB plus AC complement again. So AB, AC complement. Now what are the other product terms? AB complement, BC. AB complement, BC. Now you produced all the product terms. So which all you need for X, you can keep the fuse intact and blow off the others. For this also, which all you need, you can keep it intact and blow the others off. So in these functions, like you need to share this term, you have to always go for PLA. Why? Because otherwise, if AC complement was fixed to this one, it cannot be used by the second term, right? So you have to go for PLA. So in PLA, the AND gate inputs as well as the OR gate inputs are programmable or fusible. Now the last one is field programmable gate array. It is actually an array of logic gates. That is, look here, CLB. It is arranged in rows and columns. What is the meaning of that? CLB means configurable logic blocks. Actually, that configurable logic block contains several digital sub-circuits. For example, one of the CLB may be a gate, AND gate, but another CLB can be an adder. Another CLB can be a subtractor. So it can be gates, circuits as well. Now, for connecting the CLBs to the external world, or it needs to be connected to the external circuitry. For this purpose, you are using the input-output blocks. Look here. Here you are having input-output blocks. So these are to connect all these CLBs to external. This will be used in particular big circuits. So this output should be given to some other circuits. So for that, you are using this input-output block. So inside this, it may be AND gate. Inside this, it may be half adder and so on. Okay. So I think you can read more on FPGA. You don't need to study an example for FPGA. You need to study only the basics of FPGA. You can just go through and let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you.